Hello everyone and welcome to Varamore Things. Feel free to follow me and subscribe to see more of my content. Thank you, and I hope you'll enjoy the video. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In the last poll I posted, many of you answered positively toward the tribal week, so here I am with the first tribal video. Today we are playing Goblins. Aggro Goblins without the Snoop plus Kiki combo deck. Before I start, I would be very glad if you could leave a like to the video if you liked it, and if you could subscribe to the channel if you like my channel. As for now, only 7% of my viewers are actually subscribed. Thank you! Anyway, leave me your impression about the video and the deck in the comments. This will help me improve as a content creator. Thank you all as usual. Let's dive into today's video. We are playing a very aggressive list, packing only 18 lands, not much to say here. Cavern of Souls, full playset and other tribal lands. We have 4 Hierarch, 3 Prospectors and 4 Vials to help us ramp out. The curve tend to be very low. We play many playsets and some toolbox creators. At 2 we have Frogtosser Banneret, a key card in this deck since it has haste and it reduces the mana cost of all my creators. We have 4 Mogg War Marshal, which is super strong alongside Rundvelt Hordemaster, which we also play in 4 copies. At 3 we have 4 Goblin Matrons and 4 Goblin Warchief. At 4 we pack the full playset of Goblin Ringleaders, our main source of card advantage alongside Rundvelt Hordemaster. Toolbox's creators are the following. At 2 mana cost we have Cratermaker against Hammer Time and Amulet, Piledriver against Merfolks and in general to finish off our opponent out of nowhere. 1 Munitions Expert, strong against creators centered decks such as Merfolk and, Archetype masters and such. At 3 we have Squee, Dubious Monarch to help us rebuild the board in case we need to. We have 1 Earwig Squad against combo decks, since Earwig Squad can remove their finishers from their decks. 1 Goblin Chieftain, a mix between Rundvelt Hordemaster and Goblin Warchief, a super aggressive creator. And we have 2 Krenkos to fool our board with power if needed. Strong against control, against other creator decks. It's in general a super solid option to tutor out with Goblin Matron. In the sideboard we are playing 2 Orvar the Old Form against Creativity, a deck that is super strong and is rising consistently in popularity these days after the bans. Another copy of Earwig Squad, as said, against combo decks, once more. A Trash Master against Amulet and Hammer Time, that also are very popular and rising in popularity and numbers after the bans, since Rakdos Scam kept this deck at bay, with Grief, Thoughtseeds and Doughty Voidwalkers. Now that Rakdos Scam is gone, all those combo decks are coming out of their caves and they try to be unfair and beat you up as fast as turn 3, so it's better be prepared. We have 3 Teen Street Hooligans for the same reason, against Summertime, Amulet and in general also Aether Vials kind of decks. We have 3 Munitions Expert against Cascade, Merfolk or any creature-centered decks. And we have 5 anti-cascade effects in the form of Chalice of the Void and 1 Void Mirror, since this deck is particularly vulnerable to combo decks. We are super weak against combo decks, so all the sideboard is against them, because we don't really want to lose to combo decks while we play on an aggro deck. So as this list feels very aggressive but extremely vulnerable to combo, this league will be very interesting and super fast. So let's watch together what will happen in this crazy league as match number 1 is incoming. Match number 1, here we are against Mathematic. we are on the play. We keep a hand with no turn 1 interaction. Opponent, what is he playing? Flooded Strand? Maybe you are Murktide or Dimir Shadow. We draw a Krenko. We play Cavern of Souls into Mogg War Marshal, fooling our board with power. We pass back to the opponent that fetches for a Water Grave, so probably opponent is playing Dimir Shadow. And at this point we are vulnerable to Archetype Master, so we are not playing the Echo from the War Marshal. We play the Unclaimed Territory, and we play the Chieftain. Probably, yes. So that, you know, if I play Rundvelt Hordemaster or Goblin Matron blind into Bowmasters, I don't really like that. Opponent drown in the lock on 1 token. Oh, opponent Visions of Beyond. So opponent is playing Mill. Fatal Push on the Goblin Chieftain. Okay, so opponent is playing Mill. We can go all out, knowing that. So we go Warchief into Hordemaster. We swing with everything. Opponent already down to 10. We have 6 power on the board. Opponent Tasha's Ideal Laugher and also Saga. And they stay open with Water Grave. They might have Murderous Cat. We play Goblin Matron. So we can grab Piledriver. Oh, never mind. We could have won the game on the spot. Goblin Matron, we grab another Warchief. We play from the top a Mogg War Marshal. Opponent responds with an Archive Trap. We don't care about that because, you know, we are such in a good position. I think opponent has lost this game. They cannot do anything. I have a Warchief. I will draw a card. Yeah, they just conceded. It was super fast, guys. As you can see, this deck generates so much value thanks to Rundvelt Hordemaster combined with Mogg War Marshal, Goblin Matron, and this deck is also super fast because we have 4 copies of Goblin Warchief and 1 copy of Goblin Chieftain. They all give haste to our creatures, so we can attack the same turn we play our creatures, so this is very dangerous for our opponent. Okay, this was a super fast win. Let's check out what will happen in game number 2, of course. Game number 2, here we are. In the sideboard, I think we brought in the Earwig Squad and Munitions Expert to kill their crabs. And we brought out Prospector, Ringleader, Frogtosser, 1 Krenko. So 4 out, 4 in. Opponent not playing a crab on turn 2 is super good. We go down with the Chieftain, swinging for 3 damage. Opponent already down to 17. So, opponent Fractured Sanity, meaning as Mogg War Marshal and Skirk Prospector. We don't care. Field of Ruin, okay. Followed up by Fatal Push on the Chieftain. That's okay. We go Hierarch, Hordemaster, and we swing for 3 damage. Opponent down to 14. We don't have a very aggressive hand, but the opponent decides to play Engineered Explosives, giving us the opportunity to play double Mogg War Marshal from the top. This will give us even more cards on next turn thanks to Rundvelt Hordemaster. We also have Earwig Squad, so very dangerous for our opponent. Our opponent down to 13. 6 cards in hand. Roaring Crab, they play a land. Engineered Explosives on 0. Well, that's fine. So here, what are we gonna do? I'm not playing the Echo here. Not playing that Echo either. So the plan here is to, since we drew our land, is to swing and hope opponent doesn't crack engineered explosives and blocks. Perfect, perfect, brilliant. So we go with Earwig Squad. We decide to remove Crypt Incursion, dash aside Usluffer, and drown in the lock. Crypt Incursion is a must remove. So opponent here decides to break the engineered explosives, but it's too late because he blocked with the Ruin Crab, so we go Munitions Expert, killing the crab. Opponent only 2 cards in hand. I don't think he can do much. He goes Field of Ruin, we don't care. Dash aside Usluffer, 10 cards exiled. They exiled Squee, which we don't like, but as you can see, we have so much power on the battlefield. Opponent is almost dead. Opponent down to 2. Visions of Beyond. Yeah, and we easily win this game. So we are down 2-0 in this league in just about a few minutes. This deck is really explosive. Okay, I know we didn't play against Taiwan decks, but still, this was super fast and brutal. Earwig Squad is very strong card. Luckily we removed the Crypt Incursion, because if the opponent managed to play this, we were completely done. You see, so many creatures in our graveyard, would have been so much life for them. Okay, so no more talking, playing against __noob__ with Kahira, so probably playing control. Yeah, of course he's playing control. So I kept a hand with Vial and Cavern of Souls, super strong cards against control. We have Frogtosser, Warchief, Earwig Squad. The Vial is already charging. I'm feeling pretty confident. I play a Mogg War Marshal because I don't want my Frogtosser to be destroyed instantly. So I play my weak cards before my good cards, of course, so opponent has to waste resources on them. So we don't pay the echo here. We up the Vial to 2. So we put Frogtosser on the battlefield. I play another Frogtosser. I swing with everything. Opponent doesn't do anything relevant. I play Earwig Squad here, removing 1 temporary lockdown and 2 1 rings. I should have just removed 3 1 rings, because I don't really care about temporary lockdown. I mean, in this moment, yes, that's why I removed 1. But in the end, 1 ring is more dangerous, since I don't have a way to remove it. So I'm not that happy here with my drawings, but I have so much power on the battlefield, probably opponent can't do a thing about that. Opponent down to 4. They don't do anything. I mean, my opponent just played an Archmage's Charm this time, so I don't know. He could have grabbed Kahira at least, if he didn't add anything else. I don't know, that was an easy game, but I'm not expecting to have such an easy game once more. As you can see, Earwig Squad just puts so much pressure on the opponent. It's a 5-3, we played only 1 mana thanks to Frogtosser, removing some of our most dangerous cards from our opponent decks. So, okay, we are undefeated for now. Let's check out game number 2. Game number 2, here we are. Let's check out our sideboard. So we brought in Earwig Squad and the Trash Master, and we brought out Skirk Prospectors, 2 of them. So we have a pretty solid start with Vial. Opponent Chalice on 1, we don't care because we already played Vial. And we go tapped Stomping Ground, not playing anything. I want my opponent to think we don't have a creature, so we can Earwig Squad on next turn.
We Vial end of turn the Hierarch. We keep the Vial on 1 because of the Chalice of the Void. So we swing for 1 with the Hierarch. Opponent doesn't block, hopefully. Okay, and we proceed to play Earwig Squad. This time removing all the rings, all the 1 rings my opponent has in his deck. They probably have the 4th in their hand. Here comes the 1 ring, yeah. We up the Vial this time because we want to put some pressure on our opponent. So I go Goblin Matron, grabbing a Rundvelt Hordemaster. Not playing it yet, not playing it yet. I couldn't have attacked because of 1 ring effect. Our opponent has many lands, plays a temporary lockdown. That's fine. He only grabs a Vial and an Hierarch and his own Chalice of the Void, so we can now play our own Vial. We go with Vial and Mogg War Marshal. As I said before, against control, I always want to play my best cards last. Opponent is down to 14. We swing for 6 damage. Opponent down to 8. Taking 2 from the ring. Drawing other cards from the ring. Playing explosives on 0. We keep the Vial on 1. We pay the Echo for the first time in this league. Because I am afraid of, you know, big board wipes. Our opponent, Solitude, exiling the Hordemaster, blocking Earwig Squad, going down to 3. And I think opponent is dead. Yes, it is. Yes, he is, sorry. He didn't add another ring to replace this one and preventing him from taking damage. He didn't add in 11 cards, I don't know, something to remove his own ring, so he just died. And as you can see here, we generate so much value. We have so many 2-for-1s with Mogg War Marshal, Goblin Matron, Earwig Squad giving us an advantage on the opponent's deck. So we even had Squee and Chieftain, you know, 3-0 and only a few minutes passed. So this deck is a blast. I mean, I haven't played something like this in a lot of time. This reminds me of old Goblin decks I played in Legacy or even Vintage so many years ago. This is a blast to play. I'm having so much fun. Okay, we are undefeated still, so okay, no tired decks so far, but still we are undefeated for now, so I'm super happy about this league. Yeah, let's check out what will happen in the next match. Let's see what the opponent is playing. Steam Vents passing the turn. Opponent is playing Living End. So I don't really think we have a chance. Yeah. I mean, how can you have fun playing Living End? No offense to anyone, but how can you have fun playing Living End? This is something I don't understand. That's such a boring deck. Now he just cascades and I cannot do anything against that. And he just has so much power on the battlefield. And I just lost. Not much I can do here if I don't start. Wow, so difficult. So much skill required. Okay guys, so sorry for the saltiness, but I really dislike this type of decks. Okay, we are down 1-0 in this match, but we have a sideboard, so maybe we can turn the tides. Let's check out game number 2. Game number 2, here we are.
We go Hierarch, opponent responds with a street raid, and we play the Chalice of the Void. So at least opponent has to work around Chalice of the Void, while we are going to grab Earwig Squad here. So if the opponent doesn't have a solution to Earwig Squad, we will remove all his living ends from his deck. So we swing with Goblin Matron, opponent takes the damage, or not. They're thinking about that. They take the damage. So we play Earwig Squad, but opponent gets Waker of Waves. They of course, yeah, they will of course revealing Subtlety. That's fine. We play the Skirk Prospector, so in case they can force a Vigor into Cascade, we can sack all our goblins. Opponent doesn't seem to have a solution to this, and they scoop because next turn we can just draw again our Earwig Squad and remove all the living end copies from his deck and win the game. So since we started, we were fast enough and protected by Chalice of the Void, and we managed to steal a win against living end, something I wouldn't be expecting. So okay, even though our draws wasn't that great. Okay, I'm super happy. Let's check out game number 3. Game number 3, here we are. Sorry, I forgot to tell you what I sideboarded in and what I sideboarded out. So I brought in all the 5 cards against Cascades and Earwig Squad. I brought out, probably misplaying, a Skirk Prospector, few Mogg War Marshals, Cratermaker and Piledriver. So opponent is not cycling anything so far. We go Void Mirror, opponent Foundation Breaker, still giving us some time. We go Frogtosser, we go Hierarch, we swing for 1. Hopefully, for 2, sorry. Hopefully opponent doesn't Cascade just right now. Luckily not. We go Chieftain, opponent cycles Curator, opponent cycles Architects of Will, I don't like that. And Subtlety the Chieftain. Okay. We put Chieftain on top, we go Marshal, we go Rundvelt Hordemaster, we swing for 3 damage. Let's hope opponent doesn't have a Cascade effect right now. They don't! Okay, they don't. We reveal a Chieftain, we draw a Mountain. We go with Chieftain. Opponent Subtlety once more. Okay. We put Chieftain on top, we go Rundvelt, and we swing with whatever we have. Oh my god, and we flip Earwig Squad from the top, winning us the game, removing all the living ends from our opponent's deck. Oh my god, that was so lucky. That was so lucky, guys. Opponent is down to 9, 2 cards in hand, no living ends, and our board is flooded by big goblins. So I don't think the opponent has anything to win this game. Oh my gosh, that was so lucky. For once in this game I was lucky and I saw my sideboard. Oh my god, Earwig Squad, such a interesting creator. I remember back in, I don't know, was it 2007, 2008? My brother used to play Goblins, and he played main deck, like 2 or 3 copies of Earwig Squad, to remove Darksteel Colossus and Tinkers and Tendrils of Agony from his opponent's decks. That was hilarious. So I don't think my opponent has anything to do in response to Earwig Squad. I don't know what he's thinking, but I think I just won. I think I just won this game. Oh yeah, the opponent conceded, yeah. So I am so happy about that. And we won this game, and we are 4-0 in this league with an unexpected deck, I will say, because this deck is filled with crappy small goblins, but they are working out really well, and I'm so happy about that. We are 3-0 in the league, 3-0 in the league. Let's check out match number 4. So here we are for match number 4. We are 3-0 in this league for now. We are probably up against Merfolk, as my opponent started off with Mutavolt, Aether Vial and a Dismember on my Skirk Prospector. After playing as this Prospector on turn 2, we played Frogtosser. Opponent luckily doesn't trade with his Tideshaper. I was dumped, that was dangerous. Opponent swings back with his Mutavolt and Tideshaper. I go Rundvelt Hordemaster, Mogg War Marshal. And I am swinging with both my Frogtossers. Opponent not trading, going down to 11. Opponent ups his Vial to 3 and plays another one, passing back to me. So here you can see how powerful Mogg War Marshal Rundvelt Hordemaster, since we revealed one Goblin Ringleader from the top. One of our main sources of card advantage. Opponent Subtlety, the Ringleader, we put him on top, of course. We go into combat, attacking with everything. Opponent Svilion probably, yeah, blocking. The Frogtosser, so we reveal a Ringleader once more. Since I was dumb enough to play, to attack with both my Frogtosser, I cannot play Ringleader on this turn, but I flooded the board with Mogg War Marshal and tokens. Opponent attacks with Svilion, we don't really care. You see, here we are trying to race, and of course the race is on our side, since Ringleader is also an hasty creature. Oh, we revealed 2. It's insane. We play one of the Ringleaders. Let's see if we can draw, or they have a Tisana Tidebinder. Yeah, they have Tisanas. So no more cards from this Ringleader. We attack with everything except the Rundvelt Hordemaster. Opponent animates his Mutavolt, blocking the Frogtosser. I shouldn't be attacking with the Frogtosser, but opponent is so low that maybe it's worth to do so. And I play another Hierarch. Opponent ups only one of his vials. 3 cards in hand, and opponents concede because he's already down to 3. So even if we couldn't draw off the Ringleader, we were fast enough to destroy our opponent even if we were on the draw. On the play. Yeah, on the draw. So that was fast. My opponent was down to 3 and couldn't do anything. Let's check out match number 2. I'm having so much fun, guys. Tribal decks are the best in Magic. Here we are, game number 2. Let's take a look at the sideboard. So I boarded out one Earwig Squad, all the Prospectors, and I brought in the Thrashmaster and all the Munitions Experts. You can see the sideboard here. So, Lord of Atlantis, good start from my opponent. We Frogtosser and Rundvelt Hordemaster, we attack for 3 damage. Our opponent, Master of the Pearl Trident. We go Mogg War Marshal and Munitions Expert on the Lord of Atlantis. I mean, Merfolk against Goblins is something Magic has seen from the beginning of Magic. This is such a classic game. It's such a, I don't know, a Winter Classic, or I don't know, El Clasico of Magic the Gathering. As you can see here, opponent doesn't have time to attack us while we are playing so many creatures. As you can see here, Rundvelt Hordemaster is generating so much value. This is the MVP of the deck, without a doubt. So we swing, we put some pressure, we reveal our Ringleader. And this time opponent doesn't have this Archetype binder. We get 3 Goblins and 1 Munitions Expert out of the Ringleader. Opponent, his villain is now Svailun. How do you pronounce that? Well, that thing is indestructible, but we don't care. Look at how many Goblins we're playing right now. Oh my god. Another Ringleader. Another 3 Goblins for us. We have 5 Goblins in our hand. So many on the battlefield. We are swinging with everything we don't care about. Opponent. Catcher. Yeah, that's fine. They are blocking in a way that they don't lose a single creature. So we have 3 triggers, but we reveal the Vial and the Secluded Courtyard. So we only have 1 playable card inside. Only 1 Rundvelt Hordemaster. Opponent is already down to 5. They kill the Hordemaster. We reveal a Mogg War Marshal. Opponent attacking with Villain, we don't care. We go probably... Okay, so opponent just rage conceded while we were tapping for mana. Because we have 6 cards in hand, they have 2, they are down to 5. And since we have 2 Frogtossers, we could have played, I don't know, Chieftain, Hordemaster and Munitions Expert. Killing, I don't know, Master of the Pearl Trident. And we also have the Piledriver on the battlefield, of course. We grabbed it to Goblin Matron, so that was insane. That was such a good game, guys. We are 4-0 in the league. I misspelled before. We were 3-0 in the league. We were 2-0 in the league. Now we are 4-0 in this league. Undefeated. We just lost 1 time to Living End. But for the rest, we were undefeated completely. Okay, we didn't play it against star decks, to be fair. But I had Meal and Control and... yeah, Living End and Merfolk are all solid decks in the metagame. All solid options. So to beat them so easily was something I wasn't expecting. But let's check out the last game. Maybe after some time I can grab another trophy. Let's hope for the best, guys. Let's check out match number 5. Match number 5, here we are on the draw. My spider senses are tingling and my opponent is surely playing Amulet Titan. Yes, he is. And of course, every single time I play against Amulet Titan, they go Amulet turn 1. And Saga turn 2 or even turn 1. So we go Frogtosser attacking them for 1. Opponent has another Amulet? Okay. Well, that's insane. Well, they make a construct. I think we already lost. That deck is insane. How can they draw so many amulets? This doesn't make sense. Once more, I don't want to be salty against this type of decks. At least you have to be thinking while playing amulet, not like Living End. But I mean, look at this guy. What is happening? I need an Earwig. Maybe I can do that. Okay, I grab the Earwig Squad. Maybe I can exile his finishers. I attack with everything. They block 1. Okay. Maybe we can do something. We go Earwig Squad. We remove. I removed the 3 cards. Don't remember. 3 Primeval Titans. So they have the 4th in their hand, of course. They grab Symmetry Growth Chamber. Double trigger from Amulet. So much mana. Grazer. Yeah, so many lands, of course. Many triggers. Okay. Primeval Titan, of course, they had the 4th in their hand. Because why not? They only had 2 cards. Why not? So I just decided to concede because there was no point fighting. You know, they have double amulets, so they probably could have just Boros Garrison and killed me out of nowhere. I didn't really had anything scary in my hand. I was already down to 13, so they could have won this game easily. I don't know if it was worth to fight. So if they couldn't win this game on the spot, next turn how many damage I could have done? This guy had Vigilance, so he could have blocked. He could have blocked too with the Grazer. So I could have played Frogtosser, Ringleader, drawing a few Goblins, Warchief. I needed like, I don't know, Krenko and a Piledriver to win. Nah, it wasn't enough. It was at 19, 2 blockers. Nah, no chances, guys. Okay, so maybe we are not able to grab the trophy. Titans are much luckier than Living Ends player. Let's check out what will happen in the last game, game number 2. Game number 2, this time on the play. Let's look at the sideboard. I brought in Earwig Squad and Teen Straight Hooligans and Trash Master. And a few Munitions Expert, like 2 of them. And of course the opponent without a single mulligan gets turn 1 Amulet of Vigor. How can they do that every single time? Oh my, what? No tutor, no anything, they just have so many amulets. This makes no sense. I swing for a bunch of damage, but opponent is probably winning now. Grabbing an expedition map, playing a Seemage Growth Chamber. Dryad, sure. Many triggers, so many lands, so much mana, yeah, we know that. Grazer, sure, of course, I mean, so where to paint his guy's hand, this guy's hand, he couldn't have painted a better hand. This is insane. How can they be so lucky? I was just so pissed. I scooped and I was being salty. I'm sorry if sometimes I'm salty, but how can someone be so lucky in his life? This doesn't make any sense. Every single time I play against Hammer Time or Amulet of Vigor, they are so insanely lucky. They never play with just one Amulet of Vigor. And they always start with Amulet of Vigor. This is insane. Well, guys, this is the hand for us. 4-1 with this deck. It's still an absurd result, since, as usual, we are playing on a budget. I'm just sorry we lost the to some lucky guy playing Amulet, coming out of his cave after Scam was banned, just to take revenge for all the months he couldn't have played his deck at the fullest power. Well, that being said, let's meet in the wrap-up. Here we are commenting on this amazing league, guys. Even though we lost one match, the last one against Amulet, I was so happy about the deck and I had a blast playing it. It was so insanely fun to play. It was a while since I played a deck so fun. So looking at the cards, there are some changes I can consider making next time. I think Piledriver wasn't that good of an option, and Cratermaker too. I think Cratermaker is a bit too slow. As you can see, they just go Amulet, 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 and you lose, so you don't even have time to grab the Cratermaker and destroy one of their colorless non-land permanent. But this card is also good against Tron, because he can break, I don't know, huge or whatever. So this card is good and is a must-have in the main deck. About Squee, I don't know, we never really used it, but just in case against board wipes or whatever, this is a good card. He can help us rebuild the board. I don't know if it's a main deck card. Maybe I can swap him for another Chieftain. I'm not sure though. I'm still working on this deck. Krenko, we never really used this guy. Maybe I can cut one of those and put another Earwig Squad in the deck. This was the all-star alongside Rundvelt Hordemaster. Earwig Squad did such a great job. This was insanely good. And this card really paid off. This card was really worth including in the deck. And I am so happy I did. Looking at the sideboard, this was perfect. Perfect to the last. Okay, sorry, that was a meme. This was perfect too. Earwig Squad, All-Star, super strong. Orvar, you must include that. Creativity is otherwise unbeatable for us. Unless we go super fast into Earwig Squad, cutting all their creativities or archons. You must play 2 Orvers. Threshmaster, maybe this guy is a bit too slow because he costs, 4 mana. But thanks to Hierarch, Prospector and Frogtosser, we can get him on the battlefield in turn 3 and start sacrificing goblins to destroy our opponent's board state. I still don't know about this guy, but I think it's a great card. 10th Street Hooligan. If only I drew one of these against the Amulet, maybe I could have. But those guys always have 3, 4, 5 Amulets on the battlefield at turn 3 or 4, so I don't know. Maybe this thing is too slow, and I could want something instant, like, I don't know, Warranteer or Ingot Cheever. Ingot Cheever is not instant, by the way, but something instant speed. I don't know. Maybe good, maybe shit, like someone said. Munitions Expert. This card was super good, especially in the Merfolk matchup. So really nothing else to say. You must play all of them, maybe even one more in the main deck. And about Chalice of the Void and Void Mirror, if we won against Living End, it's all thanks to this card and Earwig Squad, so I cannot move them. Things I could move here are Goblin Trashmaster, 10th Street Hooligans against Artifacts, but we really never saw them, so I cannot say how good they are. That's all for today's video. For one, it's a super great result and I'm so happy about that. I was so glad I could play this league. And I was so glad we managed to get a good result. This deck is a super budget and around 100 ticks. And as usual, I rented almost all the cards. Thanks to Card Hoarder Loan Program, only paying $4 a month allows me to rent up to 160 ticks or something. I will leave you the link in the comments, so maybe you can rent some cards too and start playing on Magic Online. It's not that expensive and it's super fun. I'm not sponsored or anything, I just like their... Okay, thank you once more guys for watching my videos. I am so happy. If you want to brew with me, or help me brew my decks and giving some ideas or whatever, please leave a comment or just jump into my Discord channel. You can find all the information down this video. Thank you and see you in the next one. In 2 days I will play Goblins, but the combo version with Conspicuous Snoop, Kiki Jiki and Sling Gang guy. That's gonna be a super fun league too. See you soon guys, thank you for watching.